Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good morning. We got just enough snow last night to make the wood on the deck there really slippery. I need to make a handrail for that. When I built that deck, I didn't do it. And even in the summertime, that's not very safe. You kind of need to have something to grab onto. Now that I got my welder finally back, they got the power to that shop finally hooked up and ready to go. I think I'll make one out of metal pipe, and then it'll be solid and permanent. Won't have to worry about it breaking, hopefully. But that's something for another day. My tarp here is actually working out pretty well. It's keeping the snow out. I kind of worry about tearing that tarp. Those things are kind of expensive anymore. But shoot, what isn't expensive anymore? Okay, so this is a little spooky. Really, really foggy. And there's tire chain marks in the road. I'm betting are the logging trucks. So coming around these corners and things, a little bit frightening. Got my headlights on and all that, but really don't want to come around here and run into a logging truck. Now I'm getting up a little bit more above the fog. Shouldn't be too bad. Well, shoot. Once again, empty traps at this spot. I've got a few more to check, but so far it's not looking too promising. We did get an inch of snow, but there's no fresh tracks, so it would have had to been within probably the last 5-6 hours. Something would have had to come through. But yeah, there's nothing so far. Just my own tracks. But like I said, I got more to check. And my bobcat trap is empty. Tell you what, it's sure been a slow season. No pine marten, no nothing. Not even, like I say, not even tracks. If you look here, these tracks are mine. But there's really nothing else. It did snow last night, in fairness. There's some old tracks. Those look like maybe a squirrel, though. But these ones are a little bigger. These are deer. I remember those from the other day. I don't know. It's kind of a weird year. But with the prices being down and everything, I guess if I'm going to have a slow to non-existent season, it's a good year for it. I've caught, I don't know what, 15, maybe 20 muskrats, and that's really it. A raccoon that was killing Cindy's chickens, and that one, after reading the fur market report, they said they were only buying triple extra large with lots of color, and that was a small raccoon, and he was bland. He was just kind of a tannish brown, no black in him, or no other color than that. And I really hate to just waste him, but I didn't skin him. I had another raccoon given to me, and that one I'll skin, but it's small also. It's at least got some color to it. Now, I don't know. I got a few more traps, so there's still a chance. I'll go check those and go on home. It's pretty up here, though. Like I keep saying, you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, and I'm not. I'm a little frustrated. But, you know, even in the summer months, I come up here, and I'm not trapping. I'm just having fun, and this ain't no different. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still kind of, you know, kind of getting, I don't know what the word would be, really. your head straight, I guess, from all the hustle and bustle of summer and the problems of the world. The mountains always make me feel better. Looking at the news with these drones and this, all this weird stuff that's happening, it kind of makes you a little nervous. I wonder what the heck is going on. Our government doesn't seem to be too concerned. At least they're not showing it. So that makes me think they're probably ours. But what are they doing? Don't know. That whole drone thing, I don't know. I mean, it's got me really kind of puzzled, and I think most people kind of are. Talking with Idaho Hillbilly, me and Hillbilly talk just about every morning through emails, and not emails, text messages on the phone, and kind of get our day going. We kind of visit for a little bit. But talking with him, we've been kind of comparing some of these crazy theories and things that we've heard, and some of them are way out there. Some of them you really think, oh, that's crazy. Others you think, well, that could be possible. And one of the ones we were looking at this morning was they were saying these EMP attacks, electromagnetic pulse, to wipe out all the basically computerized gadgets and gizmos, and wipe out the power source and all that. They're saying the easiest way to do that would be to explode a nuclear bomb in the upper atmosphere, and it would send out enough electromagnetic pulses or whatnot that it would fry everything. And that kind of makes sense, but I don't think anybody wants to use a nuke. Well, they were saying that they can do the same thing with a bunch of drones somehow. So, I don't know. I mean, I really don't think that's it, but it sure could be. Yeah, looky here. We got log trucks, guys. Should stop and talk with these folks, but I don't think I'll bother them today. Oh, there goes my camera. It's still there. It's a little blurry. It's one thing with these cameras, if they do fall off, sometimes they don't focus right for a minute or two. Yeah, I think it's okay. Well, anyway, this road's gonna knock it off for sure, so turn you off here. So there's been rumors about, all these things coming and going out into the ocean and coming back, and they could be landing on a submarine. If that's the case, there's all sorts of talk that a lot of these drones are orbs, and they're not drones at all, and I don't know, there's all sorts of crazy stuff, and you just don't know what to believe and what not to believe. The internet is not the most reliable source, but anyway, this is a really pretty spot. This is where those elk were a couple of days ago, and like I keep saying, it's steeper than it looks, and I just come down this hill. And kind of what I didn't want to have happen, I hit the ice and it slid off. So now I'm kind of stuck. This is this snow, like I say, it's sloppy and wet. It's got kind of an underbase. It's kind of a powder, and it's dry. And the stuff on top is really wet. So I'm not going to be able to back up. I do have a come along and some of that synthetic winch rope. That stuff, studying up on that, it's good to 10,000 pounds. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Probably like 3 of those. They're 50 foot long, and braid them together. They need to have 30,000 pounds, and being braided, I think, could be less prone to get broken. You know, you get one single strand and frays a little bit or something, it might break, but 3 braided together, I think, would be stronger. Anyway, fun stuff. I hope I can dig this thing out. It shouldn't be too horrible, I don't think. Hopefully. Famous last words, right? This cover I made is working out really well. I kind of like this. It's big and roomy. So far, no leaks or drips. But, like I said, with any of these kind of camper shell type of deals, what you need is always way in the front. You got to climb over all this junk to get anything out. So, I got to work on something better. That canopy shell that Bruce gave me, I'm not so sure that's savable. It's falling apart pretty bad, but I might be able to do something with it. I have some ideas of some things I'd like to do, and that's a summertime deal, but I finally got my welder back, so I don't know. If I don't start catching something, maybe I'll start building things this winter instead. It's sure been mild. I mean, working in that shop right now in this weather wouldn't be bad at all. It's not that cold. There's one thing I really hate about snow. It's getting stuck. You know, it's usually not that big a deal. You can get out, but it's cold, it's wet, and it's just more hassle that isn't fun. Okay, that isn't too bad. I need to make up a couple of those tire blocks like Bodine has. That might actually be enough to get me out of this little deal. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to get it uphill, which might make a little bit of difficulty with this little come along. I think it's rated for 2,000 pounds though. And, you know, rolling weight, it shouldn't be too bad as long as it's not downhill too much. If I get it up here just a little bit and then put it in reverse, I might be able to back up a foot or two and get another bite on it too. I've only got single line. I do have a chain. If I doubled that back, it's got this pulley on it. If I doubled that back, it increases the poundage. And try it this way first. I might be able to do that. gaining, slow but sure. I've moved it, I don't know, 8 feet maybe, 6 feet. But I'm out of rope. I got to tighten that up and shorten it. I might be able to crank the wheels enough to, if I dig out right through here, I might be able to swing it up and back onto the road. But if not, I'll be back in the hole. I'd rather be back a few more feet before I try. Sometimes it's better to dig a little bit longer, and you won't have to dig as much. This is a lot slicker than it looks. I just fell on my butt. Haven't done that all winter. That's the first. So, okay, I got a big bite out of it that time. I got quite a little ways. I might to crank it hard and get back up onto the road over here, but it kind of does drop off. If I can get back just a little more, or what I'm thinking is if I can find something to hook to behind my tire on underneath, go up to that tree, it'll pivot it this way. Okay, I got a chain hooked to my come along, hooked to that tree there. The chain is hooked up under the frame. Hopefully it doesn't come off. It's kind of in an iffy spot. This big old mound here, it's bigger than it looks on the camera. I think I'll dig out right here. And then this should, cranked over like that, it should pivot everything back up onto the road. And if I don't slide off again somewhere down further, it's very possible. This is still pretty steep. Okay, that worked. Back up on the road anyway. Get the chain off, and should be able to slip slide on down to the next stuckage point. Look at that. Popcorn type snow. It's almost more like rain. Man, this mountainside is gonna get really bad. I don't know. Might end up pulling my traps. Not only is it going to be slick, but it's gonna freeze them down. I don't know. I'm not ready to do that just yet. Keep them going a little longer. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can get out of here. Yeah, there we're sliding again. Okay, well that was fun. Slid most of the way down that hill, but I can say it's really hard not to hit the brakes. You got to get a gas instead and outrun your slide. try to steer into it. I mean, that's like I say, it goes against every instinct. Come on, it goes against every instinct you got to do that, but that's really what you got to do. Well, anyway, I'm going to turn this off till I get down to my next traps, and hopefully I don't get stuck again between there and there. Well, I made it down the worst of it. It is pretty slippery, though. There's some dinner, if you're a wolf. There's 5 or 6 of them here, but the rest ran. That little fawn, he's not sure where to go. They went the other way. Keep forgetting to turn off that heater. That is a horrible noise on the camera. When you're in the truck, you don't notice it, but on the when I go to edit this, dang dogs. Well, I forgot to grab my camera when I checked those last traps. I got what it is a cup holder in the truck here, and I've been poking my camera into that because this shirt doesn't have a good shirt pocket, and I forgot it. Anyway, get on down off this hill here and go on home, I guess. So until tomorrow, thank you for watching. See you then. Bye.